Γεια σας! Το επόμενο βίντεο σας το προσφέρει ο Ivan Whelan, Head of Quality and Regulatory της GCE. Ελπίζουμε να το βρείτε ενημερωτικό. Εάν θα θέλατε περισσότερες πληροφορίες, επικοινωνήστε μαζί μας στο παρακάτω email.
The topic for today is audit behaviour, interacting with auditors for compliance with ISO 13485-2016. Audit behaviour, interacting with auditors. Again, the objectives: understand the approach to be taken when being audited. Ensure that the message received by auditors visiting your facility is a positive one. Criteria around this, again, is ISO 13485-2016. So some of the behavioural aspects as an auditee, you want to be able to look for the do's and don'ts, and preparation is key with respect to how you receive an auditor. Body language, various behaviours in front of the auditor can lead to different ways where the auditor will look for aspects of this to be able to target questioning. So what you want to do is, of course, present yourself, the process, the organisation in its best manner. Some of the do's around the behaviours: always assume a friendly, cooperative nature. Project an attitude of confidence and professionalism. Therefore then, as a consequence, you want to ensure that you listen carefully to questions and make sure you understand them before you answer. Review and enforce pertinent department policies, e.g. protective clothing, safety equipment, various elements like that. Focus on positive aspects of a situation. This could be where you know that an area or a process is going through a change. Focus on that. Obviously, what's reflected back in the written documentation needs to reflect the changes, but it's no harm at times to articulate the journey that the organisation is going on, project that in a positive manner, to again reiterate to the auditor that, you know, we're on an upslope with respect to compliance and conformity, and that it's a positive outcome with respect to this from where we were. Be honest. If you don't know the answer, say you will check it out. Answer questions in a polite and reasonable manner. Review records given to an inspector. A lot of organisations look at a back office or a war room, as it's sometimes referred to. It's really important with respect to this that the competency within that back room is of a high calibre, so that the documentation being presented to the front room, to the auditees, to the SMEs, and ultimately to the auditor is right first time. It has no glaring gaps or anything like that can be caught in advance with respect to this. Again, with respect to the back room, some organisations get SMEs in a lot earlier than due to the schedule of the audit. From this perspective, some coaching can be given as far as this. More importantly, make sure, especially if you're standing in for absenteeism or various things like that, you give yourself time to be familiar with the documentation. Contrary to this, the do nots, behaviour-wise, don't be argumentative, don't be defensive. As a consequence, don't volunteer information, don't guess, lie, deny the obvious, or make misleading statements. Don't be embarrassed to say you don't know the answer. This is absolutely fine, and with respect to anything like that, you can go and find out. Sometimes an audit trail can lead into other areas and processes and cross-functional. So from that perspective, it is not on you to answer for another person or an answer you do not have. Don't get involved in non-constructive arguments. You need to keep it positive. The auditor needs to be kept on your side. Ultimately, they're there for the benefit of your organisation. Don't give direct access to any computerized equipment or computerized systems. In this aspect, lead the audit to be able to give direction and take direction, but ultimately keep control with respect to IT equipment and also computerized systems themselves. So the objectives, once again: understand the approach to be taken when being audited. Ensure that the message received by the auditors visiting your facility is positive. Don't forget, as part of this, all leads to how you demonstrate compliance for the organisation and your body language, how you present yourself and everything. So credibility is king. From that perspective, assume a friendly, cooperative nature, project an attitude of confidence and professionalism, listen, make sure you answer what is being asked, do not articulate beyond, review and enforce pertinent department policies. Conclusions: remember, it's okay not to answer, especially with something that is out of your area, or if you're just unsure, do not give an answer for the sake of answering.